Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all the applause. You already know. Let me make sure my mic right, and we're gonna get straight into it. You already know. All right, down there, down there. Yup, USB condenser mic. We in the mix, y'all. Get excited, yo. The reason that this challenge even happened, right? The reason for the whole Be the Book 2023 challenge happened is because this year, recently, we just reached 100 books published. We just reached 100 books published, and I believe that that is an accomplishment. You know, whether or not anyone else sees that that is an accomplishment, to me, being the owner of this company, the owner and operator, being the person that works the most within the company, that works in the business, I believe that that's an accomplishment, man. Like, I've literally done this over 100 times. And I wasn't really in the beginning, I can't really say that I was as good at it as I am now. You know, with perseverance comes progress, you feel me? With progression comes adversity. With that same adversity comes a lot of a lot of a lot of anguish, a lot of anger, a lot of upsetness, a lot of triumph, you feel me? A lot of setbacks, man. A lot of losses, but we still here, man. We survived our first 8 years in business, actually. So in 2015 is when I published my first book. But that was before I had a publishing company. That was before, that was a self-published book, right? Me and Matt published what is now The Science of Winning, but we published the first part of it, the 5 steps to the conversation. Well, how to have a conversation, or the title was something like that. It was about how to hold a conversation with one of your prospects. So how to talk to someone and sell them something. Hold on, y'all. So the first book was the first part of the 5 steps to the conversation. The second book was how to find buyers. So that book was about LOA, and so on and so forth. So we had 5 books, and they all were different parts of the system, and they all were really thin too. So the origin story of Merch Life Publishing comes from Sister Valerie Love, aka Kaisi, and she was the reason that I even decided to go forward with publishing a book at first, right? So she had already authored like 12 books herself, right? She already authored like 12 books herself, and she told me, I said, you know what? I'm tired of selling these perfumes, these colognes. These are somebody else's product. It's something somebody else made. And she said, well, you have the gift of gab. You can sell things. You talk very well, and you can articulate yourself, and you can get your point across, and you can even convince people. She said, why don't you sell something, that you made? And I was like, what would I even put in a book? You know what I'm saying? Think to myself. And she's like, well, I just told y'all, telling me ain't easy. I just told y'all, like, if you were to, if you were to do something that, you're good at, and use something that you're good at, then that's when the light bulb went off, y'all. That was when the light bulb went off, because she didn't specifically say we should sell the system, but she said it like in that way that made me realize what she really meant. Right. And I don't even know if that's what she really meant, but that's how I took it. So eventually I approached Easy Mac and I said, bro, I'm about to put the system in a book. He was like, you gonna publish the book? I was like, you already know. Valerie Love already gave me the game on how to publish a book, on how to get your book official. And I said, it sounds like a good joint. It sounds like something I want to do. So I approached Easy Mac, me paying homage or whatever to the person that taught me, the person that trained me the most on teaching me the system. I was taught the system by 8 different people, but Easy Mac was the one that was hands-on. He was there the most out of those people. So I said, bro, I'm going to put the system in a book. I want to put your name on the book because of who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because of what you represent for me. Right? And exactly. Sharing your own story makes me want to write my own story. I have lots to share with the world. Lessons. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And that's what's crazy about telling your own story, because your story is what makes you unique. You never know whose life you're going to change or save by telling your story, y'all. So get excited about that. So I told Easy Mac, I said, bro, I'm going to put your name on this book. He was like, all right, get it done. Get it popping. That's what's up. I'm excited about that. And I said, well, look, I can't put your name on the book if you ain't, you mean, you got to put in some type of work. You got to do something. And he said, all right, cool. You tell me what you have, and I'll fill in the rest, because Easy Mac knows the system like the back of his, he knows it better than the back of his hand, right? I just knew it off of memory. He's taught it at this point. He's taught it to literally hundreds of people in different offices. So we talking about, oh, we got our guest in the building, y'all. We talking about New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia. We talking about different places, right? He's taught this system all over the East Coast. So I asked him, I said, you know, you fill in what I don't have. And that's how we got the first 5 books published, man. And that right there is the origin story of Merch Life Publishing. But I'm super excited because our guest just came in the building, y'all. And I gotta say, man, out of all of the authors that I have worked with, that I have done any type of formatting or cover design or anything for, or even publishing, man, this author right here that I'm about to bring to the stage, oh my God. Bro, this man right here, the guest that we got today, and I'm sure you've seen him on the thumbnail. I'm sure you heard about him before. I'm sure you probably read half of his catalog, you know. But this guy right here, man, this man is different, yo. This man different. Like he never ceases to amaze me at what he is doing and what he's already done, man. And I believe he's like 10 books in right now. I believe he's like almost 11 books in right now. I know he got 5 books in his brain and he ain't even present to us yet, you know. But like you ready. So without further ado, I gotta bring to the stage my brother, Young Kinda Don. Yes, sir. How you doing? There you go. There we go. Young Kinda Don. What's up, my G? How are you? Oh, there we go. All right, we can hear you now. Yes, sir. No, I can't hear you. Why I say you muted? Unmute mic.
Okay, you got me now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes,
cool.
Sir.
Merch Life.
What's up, man? I'm so excited just to see you, man. You listen, you know, the drip on.
Come on, man. Somebody got to do it.
You already know I had to hit the button for that.
Somebody got to do it, bro.
So before we really get into your journey, man, let's put the accolades out there, man. Who is Young Kinda Don for the people that the people living under a rock that don't know?
Who is Young Kinda Don? First and foremost, I am a mindset coach. I like to call myself not a mindset coach, but I am the mindset coach for the people in the hood. I got to make that distinction. You got a lot of coaches out here, but I specialize in coaching the people in the hood that need it the most, that are on the bottom of the scale, that nobody wants to talk about, that nobody wants to deal with. I represent the bonnet wearers. You understand what I'm saying? I represent the ones that's going to leave their car on while they go get their gas at the gas station. I represent the ones that's gonna have pajamas on at 2 o'clock in the morning and then go home and eat a bowl of ramen noodles and some flaming hots. Those are my constituents. So I'm coach for those people, the ones that don't nobody want to deal with. I'm also a prolific recording and rap artist. I just dropped 10 albums at one time simultaneously.
Broke a world record.
Platinum box set. Yeah, I just set a world record, y'all. 10 albums with a minimum of 10 songs per album, and I let the people pick the price. So I'm an 8-time author, and believe it or not, Merch, I just got an idea right before. Hold on, let me take this jacket out. Let me show. Little more. Yeah, hold on. Let me get this thing right. Ain't nothing like the black on black. See? I just got another idea. When we get offline, I'm gonna talk to you about it and see how fast we can get that executed to add to your book publishing. But I think it'll go. So I'm a content creator, student of the great Dr. Brother Ben X, the godfather of digital real estate, who taught me the game and how to be able to take who I am and what I do to the next level in the online space. So that's just a few things to name, but you know, I'm just your brother, man. Just ready to make it happen.
Yes, sir, man. I'm glad you ran that down for us real quick, man. Because listen, y'all don't even dig it, y'all. He just showed us mercy with that. Like, it's so much more. He could tell you some more accolades, bro. Like, you don't know. I really look up to this guy right here, man. And he's inspiring, man. He really is, because every time I talk to him, I get this new spark of excitement. And y'all know how I love to stay excited out here. So get excited about that, man. So I want to ask you about your journey as an author, man. So before we even met, right, what was your first book, and what made you want to write that book? What was the reason that you said, I'm going to do this?
Before we ever met, back in 2017, I actually had a song that I wrote, and the song was called I Work. And from the song I Work, I decided to make that the title of the album. And from the title of the album, I decided I should write a book called I Work, since I'm always working. And that's how I came up with book number 1. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew I wanted to get it done. So this is book number 1 called I Work, right? And it's the 12 keys of how to do something for yourself. Because people over the years have been asking me, man, how are you able to maintain without clocking in and working a job? How are you able to be able to pay your bills and travel and do what you want at will, and you not clocking in? And oftentimes, y'all, the things that we're good at, we tend to discount. We think everybody knows how to do it. Oh, that ain't really nothing special. And so it dawned on me that regardless to what I had done over the years, Merch, that I could take these 12 principles and apply them across the board. And not only would they work for me, they will work for anybody who applied them. So I began to look deep into my own journey of being an entrepreneur, trying to do for self as a serial entrepreneur, if you will. And I came up with what I like to call now, in retrospect, this is my mindset Bible of how to do for self, is right here in book number 1. So it all started from that song. And from that song, it became ultimately a book, and it laid the base and the foundation of the work that I do up to this very moment. And it's 12 keys or 12 principles that anybody could apply, regardless to who you are, where you're starting, where you would like to go. These principles are tried and true, and they work for anybody. And believe it or not, I didn't know the first step to take, y'all. I didn't know how I was going to write it. So the first step I did, Merch, this is a true story. I grabbed the old trusty notebook. I got my title. I wrote out the chapters. And I said, well, let me start with chapter 1. I started writing it out in cursive. You know, I still know the art of writing in cursive. That. So after I did chapter 1, I said, man, there's going to be a whole lot of writing right here. So then I opted to go to my cell phone, and I began to type it out. Send myself, I emailed myself each chapter as an email. Then I copied and pasted I know I'm giving a lot of game right here, right? But nobody told me to do this. Yeah. I just thought to do this on my own without any help or guidance, right? And so once I did that, I put it all together. I put it in a Word document. So that was the next phase in the book development. I didn't know who was going to publish it, how it was going to get published, how long it was going to take. I didn't have a publishing company. I didn't have no money to do it. I just knew I wanted to get this whole book done in 30 days. And that's all I had to go by. And then friends of friends, they recommended me to people. And I ended up getting a substantial discount on my very first book. And I'm grateful. I wanted to get it done in 30. I ended up writing the entire book in 3 weeks. Book number 1. Start to finish. So
that's 21 days, right?
Yeah, I designed the cover myself, right? I designed the back. But we got one thing missing, y'all. I didn't have a spine. I didn't have nothing on the spine. I said, man, I don't care if it's words on the spine or not. This book is going to get sold. So
yes, sir.
I got my first batch of books. I was off to the races after that. And then I met up with Brother Ben, and that started me on the road to writing book number 2, of which you entered the picture by the time I got to book number 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I think I have all of the books. Yeah, the rest was history. You already know. I think I have all of the books that we dealt with together on the thumbnail, because I was like, let me find all these joints real quick. While I was making a thumbnail, I'm like, let me look at the Canva, you know what I mean? Because Canva keep everything.
Facts.
So that was a super inspiring story, man, because as y'all can see, nobody gave him any game on what to do, how to do it. He just had a goal at the end, right? He knew what he wanted at the end of that 30 days. And it was kind of like when you jump out of an airplane with no parachute, you got to build one on the way down. Because that's what you did. You said, I know that I'm going to touch the ground in 30 days. I'm going to get there safely somehow. And you put it together, man. So I got to commend you for that. I got to. Because
just if I may add to that, I wrote the album, right? I did the album in 10 days. I wrote it and recorded it, top to bottom, designed my own album cover, all with no help. 10 days, wrote and recorded the album. Then I said, well, I'm gonna do the book in 30. Well, I got it done within the 30, but there was no way it could be proofed. There was no way that the artwork could be completed in that time frame, right? And so after that, it ended up taking 3 months. It ended up taking 3 months for everything to be completed. So around February 2018, the book was ready, and I couldn't be more happy because I was officially in the Library of Congress as an established author. Now I'm an 8-time author. That was when I was the first-time author. Now I'm an 8-time author, working to do plenty more after that. You know, I still got 4 or 5 books in the chamber. Me and you still, we got unfinished business, so I still got them in the pipeline. Let me see. We got The Yellow Brick Road. That's a book coming. We got The Placebo Effect. That's a book coming. We got the I Got Bars. 6 keys to writing fire verses every time, and the science behind writing lyrics. So that's another one too. Well, I ain't gonna give it all to them, but I'm just saying they. Yes, and then the latest idea I just got, I'm gonna get with you offline to see if I can push that one. I want to try to get 2 books out before the year is over.
Oh yeah, that's possible. You know, now at this point, man, and then because of you as well. So like, I want to say this, man. So when we first did your first book, it was a learning process for me because you were asking for things that I have never done before, and you were asking for things that I had to go learn. You know what I'm saying? So iron really does sharpen iron, because a lot of times when I get clients, they like, yeah, can you do this, and do this? And I'm like, oh, that's easy. Then Young Don come through with Hoes and Zombies. That book like 329 pages. Then you got what's the other one we did when we formatted the book you did with Brother Ben?
That's the teacher and the student. That was 392.
Yeah. That's the one that's long.
Hoes and Zombies was like 220.
Yeah. So we talking about big books here. You know, we talking about full length books. You feel me? And at that point, I had only done 22 pages, 68 pages, 108 pages. So I'm like, oh, I gotta step my game up. Young Con Don came through with the big book. You know what I'm saying? So you taught me to find and to reach out to other people within my niche to find things. And I started purchasing courses on the craft. I started buying videos and other books to learn how to make better books. It just turned me into a better publisher because I was able to work with somebody like you, man. So I gotta say, I really appreciate that, man.
Oh man, we both were students under Brother Ben X in learning how to deal and monetize ourselves in a whole nother way, on a whole nother level. So it turned out to be a great relationship between you and I that's still ongoing, and I'm proud of you. And I want to say congratulations on actually publishing not one book, but 100. Come on, brother.
Yes,
who's putting up them kind of numbers? I'm just saying. Yeah, there we go. Who's putting up those kind of numbers right now? Period. 100 of anything. Who sold 100 books? Who sold 100 books? Who wrote 100 books? Who's writing 100 songs and dropping them all at the same time? Guinness Book of World Records, merch to segue, they said that the world record for the most albums released simultaneously is 7. Well, I blew that out the water. I'm at 10. And guess what? I'm already 3.5 albums into the next set of 10. And it's only been 2 months since I dropped the first 10.
Oh, so you're going to drop 11 next time, huh?
Come on, man. You know, I got to outdo everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And to speak on Brother Ben, man, I got to say this. I don't know if he's watching this. I don't know if he's going to see this in the future. But I got to say this too, man. If it wasn't for Brother Ben, bro, I probably don't even because, you know, teaching someone how to monetize themselves is one thing, but showing them that they already have everything that they need within themselves, they just had to have someone bring it out of them, is another thing. You feel me? And I've watched you do that with like 18 different people that I could name off the top of my head, and I know it's more. But when Brother Ben came into our lives, right? Because I met Brother Ben in early 2019, in May of 2019. I'm talking about living paycheck to paycheck, being depressed, only knowing the only skill set I was using was going outside and selling things. Once I started publishing my books, because those first 5 books were discontinued because of the disagreement between me and the co-author. So I said, I ain't even gonna sell them Jones no more. When I started doing the children's books, that started being the the bulk of my income. You know what I'm saying? And it actually changed my whole everything. Like I live in a whole different state now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Brother Ben, man, definitely. Because he definitely changed a lot for us too. Just by taking what he's teaching and applying it though, right? Just applying it. Because as you know, when you learn something, if you don't use it, you know, it ain't gonna do nothing for you if you don't do nothing for it. You feel me?
Oh, that's facts right there. All day, every day. And so, you know, I called you immediately. I say, Merch, I'm on book number 2, and I want to work with you to get it done. So if you ready, I'm ready. I put my money up right away, right? No program. How much?
Yeah, it was. I think it was like 500 at first.
I just sent it to you. You had the money before we got off the phone. And
exactly.
When you for real about something, I don't know who's listening, but I want to talk to that one person right now that got that book sitting in your head. I want to talk to that person that's been procrastinating, that's been saying for years, I wish I could write a book. What you waiting on? Nobody's stopping you but you. It ain't the white man that's stopping you. No, it ain't COVID that's stopping you. It ain't the economy. It's you. Go on and admit it, because it don't cost money to write the book. It don't cost money to get your chapter outlines. It don't cost money to figure out what cover you want on the front of your book. It don't cost money to figure out the introduction, the middle, the end of the book. So you either gonna make progress or you're gonna make excuses. You can't make them both at the same time. So whoever I'm talking to that needs this kick in your behind before this year is over, don't make no excuse. Get it done. Make it happen. Stop taking years to do what you could get done in days. I don't even know who that was for, but the spirit, Merch, just led me to say that to somebody. You got Black Friday coming up. You got these Christmas holidays coming up. You got all these things to where everybody is going after the money that's sitting in your pocket. You know why? Because you are the money. But the minute you recognize and understand that all of the creative arts that the world benefits from comes out of the minds and hearts of men and women. Shout out to Sister Tamika. I see she all up in the comments. Hey, Sister Tamika, where your books at? That's all I'm saying. Where is Tamika? Where is the books? I know you got one or two sitting up inside. See, they probably ain't gonna comment no more because I call y'all out. I call people out, Merch. I'm just saying, y'all, it's go time. We can't sit on the sidelines and watch everybody else achieve and accomplish things in this life. You got to be able to leave some intellectual property behind. You got to leave something that your children can be proud of. You got, okay, Tamika, she says she ain't come to play. She got 3. Okay, that's what I'm saying. We need 3 more. Can we get 3 more? You got 3, but can we get 3 more? Jordan won 3 championships, but then he came back and got another 3. That's all I'm saying. Challenge yourself. All of us have books inside of us, man. In fact, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, my spiritual guide, leader, and teacher, taught me that if all of us were to tell our story, each one of us is a walking bestseller. Yes, sir. If you just told your story, your experience, how you got to be at the point you are right now, it will be a bestseller. But you got to have the courage to tell that story, whatever it is, because what you find as boring and uninteresting is absolutely phenomenal and fascinating to somebody else. You could start with the children. It don't matter. As long as you meet the minimum requirements to get a book done, family, get the book done. Everybody has a story to tell. And all you got to do is document that story so it can live beyond you. When you go to the grave, all your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is going to go to that grave with you unless you have documented it. And there's an old saying that says documentation beats conversation. So get some documentation in your life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it only takes 22 pages for you to be able to get published, y'all. So remember that, you know. And I always like to tell people too, 15 pages is just you writing. Because the other what, 7? That's the dedication page, the about the author page, the ISBN number with the copyright page, 2 blank pages. There you go. That's 5 right there. All you gotta do is come up with 17 pages and you got a book. But y'all playing, man. Y'all playing. Y'all gonna let 2024 come and you still ain't an author? Don't do that. You know? So I appreciate that, Young Khan. But yeah, man, I'm actually about to publish a book live on this Zoom call at 9:00. And you know, yeah, I'm giving that game away, man. It's only for the people that registered to come into Zoom. So again, if y'all ain't there, that's on you, man. I'm gonna put the link right here in the comments. Let me go get it real fast. If y'all trying to come through and see me publish a book live, right in front of your face, I'm showing you the whole process. Go ahead and register with the link right there. It should be in the comments now. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
That's what we eliminating excuses. Because you know, excuses, they build monuments of nothingness and they build bridges to nowhere. And those who continue to use these tools of incompetence, they ultimately become masters of nothingness.
Wow. That's funny and that's true.
Come on, man.
That is
so y'all got to make something happen, man. We the world benefits off of us. We are the black gold that the world has been enriched by. Everybody else getting rich off your story but you. See, all Tyler Perry did was tell his story. That's all that I have a saying, Merch, you either gonna go within or you gonna go without. When people tell me they lost their job, guess what I tell them? Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations that your enemy cut you loose, because it now gives you the opportunity to do something for yourself. You never see a bird in a bird line with a sign saying, "Let me hold a few worms until next Tuesday. I'll hit you back." You never see a dog holding up a sign saying, "We'll bark for food." No, nature made it to where all of these creatures are able to do for themselves. And here you are, grown man and grown woman, begging another man for another job when God gave most of us 7.5 ounces of brain to be able to think and imagine and envision. We are the only creatures that can think of something and will that thing into existence. But if you don't have no belief in yourself, you talk yourself out of it instead of talking yourself into it. Where there's a will, there's always a way, fam. I didn't know what I was doing when I wrote my first book, but I got book number 1 done.
Yes, sir.
It's not about how much you know. It's about, there's a difference. As the coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers said, I borrowed this quote from him. He said, a lot of people, Merch, they're capable, but they're not willing. Then you have other people that are willing, but they're not capable. He said, I would rather work with the person that is willing. You can get the capability later. But if you capable, but you're not willing to be coached, you're not going to take notes when this man publish a book live right in front of your face, and you still not going to do it. He going to publish a book in real time right in front of you, step by step, and you know what you're going to be doing? You're going to be eating a bowl of cereal while you're doing it. You're going to be scrolling on your phone while you're doing it. You're going to miss step 2 and say, can you rewind it? I ain't good with technology. Oh, yeah, I can just hear it all right now. Y'all going to make excuses. He gonna do it live in front of you, and you still gonna drop the ball unless you serious, unless you are determined, unless you have made up your mind that it is day 1 and not one day you're gonna be sitting on the sideline. But somebody gonna pick that game up from you tonight, Merce. Somebody is gonna pay attention, and somebody gonna write that book. You might even inspire them to start their own publishing company.
Yeah.
That's real talk. So y'all don't take this for granted now.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, listen, I want to thank Young Kind of Don for all of his contributions to Merch Life Publishing, to himself first and foremost. You know, with applying digital real estate and being an example, man, of what a god really is. You understand me? Because I keep telling y'all, man, I'm inspired every single day, bro. I look at your content and I'm like, yeah, it's time to go. You feel me? It's time to get it popping. What happened? What's going on? Where did it go? Oh, you can still hear me?
Absolutely, I can hear you.
All
your
right.
Your picture is frozen,
camera
but I can hear you.
Oh, all right. Yeah, on my end, it's saying the camera is all the way off. I can't even see me. But yeah, we about to end this joint anyway. So I thank you for coming through, Young Khan. I got to get on this Zoom with these folks and teach them, show them how to publish a book in real time, man. If anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Hey, I appreciate you, bro, and thank you for having me. And give me a call as soon as you get done so I can bounce this idea off of you. And let's see how long it's going to take or what it's going to take for us to be able to pull it off. I think it's a very valuable tool that a lot of people will be able to benefit from. And I literally just got the idea a little earlier today. And, I'm already ready to execute it. So if you're ready, give me a call after you finish doing your work tonight, and I can run it by you, and we'll be off to the races. That one will be being done while the placebo effect, the next book, is putting the finishing touches on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And if anybody want to tap in, they want to get some personal development, you want to get your mind right so you can go to that next level, you can reach me at Young Kind of Don on all social media, or you can text the word coaching to 219-200-9949, and we can get it in. And in case y'all didn't know, KIND stands for killing haters and non-believers. And the first hater and non-believer you got to kill and get rid of is the one sitting inside of yourself. Once you knock them out, everything else is easy. Light work. In that order.